Hello, here we have Alex Pereira light sparring, and one of the things you'll notice is that he calf kicks with his foot. Note his calf kick, it's very intriguing. He kicks up and hits you in the calf with his foot. That's what he continually does, and as he touches his man, this is very light. This is textbook light sparring. Alex Pereira is he has shown footage of himself cracking his sparring partners, but here this is very gentle. This is a very textbook light spar, and as you can see, that calf kick, it comes in hitting with his foot. It hits with his foot. He's just touching, and his opponent, much smaller, younger than him. Maybe that's one of the reasons why he doesn't really want to hit the young man, but in this case, this is a very good light spar, technical light spar, and he is developing a feel for different moves, different things that he can do in a fight doing this. Because in a light spar, typically when you do light spar, it's easier to get into positions that are very uncomfortable that would be uncomfortable in a hard spar, but figure out ways out of them and work on your techniques in various situations that would normally be uncomfortable because you don't have that same level of threat. You can become comfortable in this position so that when it does come to a harder spar, you have that tool better refined for that moment. And perhaps this is something we're going to see here. And you can also see his check here too. He has a very interesting check. When he checks the low kick from his opponent, he raises his right leg. His right leg back, and he blocks with his foot. You're going to see that in this instance here as well. As he's touching, he's going to low kick again eventually. And you're going to see him hit with his foot. Yep. Hit with his foot. With his foot. It's a very different low kick. He's hitting the perennial nerve. So you saw that? You see that check? He checked with the back of his right leg. That's an interesting check, and he can keep a lot of weight on his lead leg, stay defensive, keep weight on his lead leg, and check with that foot, and it's harder to blast him off his footing doing that. That's definitely an interesting way of checking someone, and Alex Pereira, we haven't really seen anyone else do that, but Alex Pereira does use that in his fights, and his interesting way of low kicking as well, his calf kicks. He's a very creative and unusual fighter. He fights hands down often as well. He alternates between a high hand guard, like a textbook guard, to a hands down style. His hands are often very low, and he comes up from weird angles and just touches you with head movement. Someone like John Jones might be able to head kick him, but even then, that left hook, if it comes up and you don't see it, it can knock someone out. This is, goes for a double leg, half guard, and he's going to make his way into side control. Pins the photo, and then he gets the mount. This has been a very gentle sparring session, very gentle, and it goes to show, even at the elite level, you don't always have to beat each other's brains out to get the most out of sparring. That can have long-term effects that'll hurt your longevity of your career. Sometimes going light is a lot of the time doing that, going light, refining yourself through light sparring is the way to go. And if someone like Alex Pereira can do that here, it's a lesson for us all. We don't have to beat each other's brains in all the time, although sometimes that is necessary. Even now, he's just touching, he's gentle. He put himself back in the guard, then he enters half guard again. And he's just touching. And he's trying to get... Oh, will he get it? Nope. Doesn't get it. Guy tried to shrimp out into something. That's Alex Pereira, light sparring. What do you guys think?